is going on right? Is this real right now? Like, is this? There's some jiggery pokery going on. So are these two different live streams? Let me see. Am I doing two different live streams here? Or do you hear me twice? Okay, there's Magic and N64 stream. Let's see this. My videos. And then there's this one. What? What? What is going on here? Okay, I'm gonna end this stream. Stop streaming. I'm gonna jump over here. Hey, boy! What's happening here? What is this? I get two. So is this? Let's see how this sounds like.
What is this?
Oh, why does it sound awful? Because there's a fan right here.
Let's see how this sounds like. What is this? Oh, why does it sound awful? Because there's a fan right here. Let's see how this sounds like. Oh, why does it sound awful?
Now there's a loop. That's phenomenal. Yeah, there's so much streamception here. I think the static comes from the grain because there's it's audio. It's okay. It's auto figuring out like what are the best settings. So look at this. Look at these hotness right here on the Piggy close-up pad. You know what it is. Piggy close-up pad. Oh my, okay, I can't even shuffle these correctly. And by Piggy close-up pad, of course, I mean a bath mat. So, let me see how it sounds now. Let me see. Let me test the sound here. Let me see how it sounds now. Let me see. Let me test the sound here. Okay, it doesn't sound that bad. Oh, where are the blue ones? And it's gone. You see? Yep. Hold up, I could actually do this. Hold up. How can I do this? If I do it like this? No. I couldn't make it disappear. Yeah, but these are, so it's not, these are the legitimate ones. These are the legitimate ones. Whoever said, so whoever was saying, I'll just keep these on here. Can't do that with the OG ones. Can't do this with the OG ones. This right here. Can't do that, right? I can't do that. Hold up. Can't do that. Right? Oh, what? Huh? What's going on here? Side steal? Look at that. While reading your question, I side steal. That's how OG I am. Find the 4 jacks from a shuffled deck stack. All right, let's try that. Let's try that, son. Oh, sorry. That was I thought it was a king. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, boy. Fuck. Yo, what's going on right now? Who's going on right now? What? Who is here right now? Who? Let's see. What's your opinion on Murphy's? What's my opinion on Ramsey screwing over Murphy's magic, dude? I mean, these are the OG ones, right? Hi, Allison. I said it, Sima. Hi, Allison. I hope that doesn't, like, legally bind me to anything, right? Does that legally bind me to something, I think? So, I think that might legally bind me. Who asked me to do a, who asked me to find a 4 jacks from a shuffle deck? Because I just did that, son. So, I do magic. Yeah, that's what I do. I do magic. Do a side steal. There you go. Side steal, boy. That's one video that I have on. haven't released it yet, but it's been there for a while. Find a 4/4s. Fuck. 4/4s might be a little bit harder to peek at as you're shuffling. A little bit harder, but still possible. Still possible. I said still possible. I underdid it. God. You could cheat. You could just do this and be like, okay. Ah! No, never mind. All right, I hate you. I'm just going to keep it at the jacks. And my jacks being, the jacks being pretty easy. So, who said, what someone said? What? Do undertow? I can't do undertow. I can't do undertow. Yeah, you guys telling me do a trick monkey. Like, go. What do you mean? I'm not some sort of trick monkey. I'm not some sort of request monkey. What's your opinion on chairs? I like chairs. Typically, chairs are pretty helpful because, you know, usually you want to sit down after a long day's work, right? Do a clip shift? I'm pretty shitty at the clip shift. Yeah, I'm pretty shit at it. That's pretty much it. Like, I'm not good at it. It's one of those moves that I haven't really practiced a lot, and it doesn't really have much of a purpose apart from Instagram videos, right? Because people might see you do it on Instagram. They're like, oh my God, you could do clip shift? Look at the Joker. Look at the Joker. Look at the quality Joker on this. Where's the other one? I know I missed it. Oh, here it is. I almost missed it because the design is so intricate. Woo. Boy. Yeah, boy. What's that? What can I do with 2 jokers? What can I do with 2 jokers? I don't know what I could do with 2 jokers. I like showing killer tricks to anyone, any coin ones. What? Okay, that was not a thing. Someone said something here. Hold up. All right, it says, I like showing killer tricks to everyone, any coin ones that will fool anyone. That was not English. That wasn't English. And here we have disgusting cards, man. For real. The OG Memento Moris are the best. Color scheme is awful. These are the OGs. What are you talking about? Yeah, these are the OGs. Like, these are the... I mean, are they not OGs? I had them way before. Oh, that's the worst. There you go. Thank you. That looks a little bit better, right? Maybe one of those. Yeah, so they were the first ones. I don't know what you guys are talking about. If you look at the box, the card box, says the year, right? Does it say the year? No, it doesn't. But it says, yeah, that's all it says. I thought it would say the year on it. What a shame. But yeah, this was 2004. They came out 2000. You can't see it. It's 2004, right there. So these are. You ever want to like? I'm just gonna have these here. Yeah, just scribble the year on the box. I'm sure that'll fool people. What about this? This is the OG. What is this, dude? Have you seen this? What is this? Someone gave me this. It's a spoink. How adorable is that shit, dude? It's literally a piggy on a spring. Hello? Are you kidding me? Do I like Kinder? Do I like Kinder? It depends. Depends on the flavor. Some Kinders are fine, some are not. What's going on? Hey, Vibe Flourish. Did you see the new Pokemon? Yeah, I did see the 8-bit April Fool's update. I did see that. That was kind of hot. TBH. You guys like this piggy bath mat? You guys like these original OGs right here? The OG. Can I even do? I want to do one of these like Ace productions without the aces. That. Right. What level am I in Pokemon Go? Actually, not that much, man. I haven't played that much. Honestly, I really haven't. Juan Tamaris, overrated. No, I'm kidding. He's Juan Tamaris. He's old. Yeah, he's old. He's too old. He's ugly old dude. So that's my opinion on Juan Tamaris and his Spanish magic. Hit español. Make you some Mexican food. I can't make you that good Mexican food like that well. Unless you want like a quesadilla, but even then, that's not authentic. I'm gonna have to like literally mill the corn, put it on a rock. Like if I want to make it authentic, you know, like authentically Mexican. So Piggy, where's the next glass of water stream? I don't know. I have a jug over there. Do you watch wrestling? WrestleMania is next Sunday. Yes, dog. I'm excited for the 14-match card that they have and the 5-hour pay-per-view marathon. Sheesh. I feel like I need to take like I need to meditate in order to prepare myself for the 5 hours. Please say paella. Do you want me to say it like paella? Yo voy a comer paella. Fucking want to end it. Imad, have I ever performed Slidini's paper balls over the head? Or you ask? Oh, you know, I saw your. I didn't get back to you because I was dying slowly. But I did see your thing on Discord. I gotta check it out. I gotta check that out. Have I ever performed it? Yeah. Obviously. It's way too long. Looking forward to NXT TakeOver. Me too, dog. Me too, definitely. I think it's Gargano versus this other guy, no? You really speak Espanol, pendejo? No, I don't speak any Spanish. So, yeah, that's not going to be fun. Well, it is going to be fun, but too much wrestling, dude. Imagine between TakeOver and WrestleMania, you have 5, 6, 7, about 8 hours, possibly, of wrestling content. How did I come up with my channel name? I said that in the first live stream, dog. My first live stream. Oof. Oh, boy. Look how slow. What is happening here, dude? What? Look how nice. Oh, my goodness. They feel so good, to be honest. Oh, Ricochet. Yeah, I totally forgot about Ricochet in that. I forgot that he's going to end up in 205 Live and they're going to ruin him. Much like they have pretty much everyone else. Kenta. 205 live. Are you kidding me? That guy should be a champion. Pedar. Do I like Chris Ramsey? I like his decks. I like Chris Ramsey's decks. Can I even do a top shot with this deck? Yeah, I like... I could do a card bounce. I like that with his... Look at that. Look at this. It even brings a double backer, right? Oh, my goodness. The frame rate on this makes it look like I'm like crazy with this. The first playing cards, I haven't tried them. I haven't tried them, honestly. I haven't ordered a deck. But if he has a second run, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of buying playing cards. But if it's like a special deck, I might get it. Hey! Hey! What card? What card? Hold up. Can I find its mates? Let's see. Jack? Yeah, that's because somebody said to cut to the jacks earlier, right? So one more card would have been the... That's exactly what I was trying to do. Again, I'm just satisfying requests here. Hammer, Plash, Pig Cake equals Ham Fam. More like Spam Fam. Another jack. Hey! I think. I think I cut to the other jack too. Ah, no, I missed it. Yeah, they are wild. They're wildin'. Ah, I missed. I know that those one. When your trick works, but you fail in a different way. Yeah, right? Like, hey, you might have picked a card, but there's a card in my pocket, sir, that you're unaware of before we started the trick. And guess what? It happens to match the card that you just told me you picked. So, in your face. Ham Fam. Ham Fam. That's Dan. That's a Dan Pizza innovation. Dan Demand Pizza. Let me see if I could just... Nope. Okay, missed it. Sorry. Do you pike? Do I pike? Do I pike or do I... I know what you mean, man. Oh, I'm actually dying slightly. Oh, fuck me. Okay, hold up. Oh, yeah, boy. I'm dying a little bit slightly. Show us an exclusive Easter egg magic trick. I should show you guys something that's coming up. There's something. Okay, let me see. I'll tell you right now. Hold up. So next week, right? Tomorrow. If I'm not dead. There is... Oh, that's a good one. Okay. So it's a good tutorial for a named card to pocket. That's going to be pretty simple, pretty easy to do. Then on Wednesday, I've been working on a video that I might show Wednesday or Friday. It really depends. But tomorrow, named card to pocket. I think that's a tutorial I'm going to put up, which is it's a simple method, but it's still something that hits hard, something that is fun to do. Do I have a new ACAN? I actually do, but I'm still working on optimizing it. It's similar to the previous one. It's very similar to the previous one from this position, right? From that one. But it is something done kind of, it's a discrepant move, but it works for an ACAN thing. I'm still trying to find different ways to optimize it and make it good. But, yeah. Post a picture on the loading thing on Instagram and say it's a face reveal. Wait, what loading screen? Do you remember me from the other lives? The flip guy, yes. Lindsay looks like a black tiger deck. I think I have a black tiger deck somewhere here. One of those OG illusionist ones. Piggy, I used to think you were fat until your newer video showed your torso. Wow, dude, that's kind of fucked. Do I remember you? Yeah, from today's stream. Yeah. Loading screen when your face is really cut. Oh, one of those memes. Man, everyone does those. The little like, or they put a blank picture they put like a blank picture on Instagram. Like, oh, I don't know what happened. You're supposed to, you tap it to try to get it to load. Shit. Somebody said something here. Who's my favorite wrestler now? I mean, probably just Shinsuke, man. Watching him do his stuff. Actually, no. You know, he's toned his stuff down. He's really toned his stuff down from Japan. But favorite wrestler now to watch, it has to be AJ. I think he's the best wrestler in the world. Like, you really can't compete with that. But dude, this guy Mustafa Ali, he's fucking nuts. He is nuts. He has like a 5-star match every time on 205 Live, which is kind of nuts, but really underrated. Braun, yeah, how could I forget about Braun? Braun is nuts, dude. He's gone, like, they've really worked him. When you do magic to the girl for an oversized deck of cards, and she goes, wow, your deck is big. And then you go, yeah, because it's bigger than the ordinary deck. Usually decks are this size, you know, they're 2.5, I think, by 3 or whatever the fuck. But this deck happens to be this big, which is the size of a typical jumbo card. So you could kind of explain about the differences in sizes with her. So, you know, that's a good way to have a conversation with a female. Damn, is there something else? There was something else here that was kind of hot. I sent Eloy a picture of Grade A, and he's like, yeah, I thought it was going to look like that. And I'm like, you're an idiot. Oh, that's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Do a color change. I just did one. I did this one, right? That thing. That's kind of sick. Right? Let's see if this... Hey, boy. See, that's a color change that works. Didn't find any. That's a good one. That's actually a really good Easter egg. April Fool's joke. Be like, hey, guess what, guys? I put chocolate eggs all over the house. You guys gotta find them. Really, go out of your way and find them. JK, you ain't getting shit. There isn't anything around here, guys. I fooled you, but it kept you busy for an hour, so I could sleep. Man, at first it's like, yo, show me a color change. I show you a color change. Then it's like, yo, do a multiple color change. Then when I do a multiple color change, it's gonna be like, yo, hey, do a color change, but this time do it multiple with one hand. When is it gonna end? When I'm doing it with no hands and the deck's on the table? How would that look like? Would that look like this? Like that, right? That's stupid. Can you touch the gray deck in the frame? It looks weird. The gray deck? What are you talking about? This? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about? That thing over there? Color change. That's actually an Omni deck. That's an Omni deck. See? It's a little bit dirty, but that's an Omni deck. See, it's plastic. Kind of looks 2D there from there, right? Yeah, you're right. It looks kind of dope. But that is an actual Omni deck next to a Windows dongle here, which doesn't work. Unfortunate. Right? Yeah, that's kind of nuts. You thought it was like an actual deck with some, like a great... That would be a dope deck. Like that color. Because it's just literally white the entire way. But like a little bit of a off-white almost. So, hey. No, I can't do that. Show us the rainbow Memento Mori. Why? Why, dude? Like this one's the, I mean, look at it. This is a double backer, right? You could do some sick tricks with this. You could do like a merge effect. You could say, look, I'm gonna take 2 cards, right? Hold them back to back, and then watch. See, now Now they're one card. You see that? How crazy is that? You have one card here. So go ahead. You try to unstick them. You Eastern African, and then they go what? And then you put the deck, and then you do this, and then you go. See, you gotta just. It's easy when you know the secret, right? It's easy when you know the secret, the secret. So you could do that with a double backer, right? That's something hot that you could do to show the girls. So the original one, or the fake one doesn't have that, right? Haha. Haha. Okay. You ever want to just... I coughed a solid minute and I couldn't breathe. Send help. You know, I've been with that. I feel like I've died about 12 times. I've been nonstop ingesting these little vitamin C gummies. So they've kind of helped a little bit, even though there's no direct correlation between vitamin C and helping out your cold. But you know what? I'm going to ingest another one right now. I'm going to have another vitamin C fucking gummy in this bitch. Oh yeah, that's what I've been ingesting here. These are oh my goodness. All right, that's actually really good. So make a piggy close-up mat. And cards. Well, I do want to make cards, but close-up mat, this is literally a bath mat that works as a close-up deck. Close-up pad. Nair, Bliss, Charlotte, or Asuka. Why no? I mean, I don't think they're gonna lose Asuka's streak at WrestleMania. So unfortunately, she's just probably gonna win, even though they're probably gonna have a great match. But Nia and Bliss, that's gonna be interesting. You're gonna have to play on that David and Goliath sort of bit on that, so hopefully they pull a good match. Nia's really done a lot in the short time that she's been there, so it's kind of impressive to see how much she's kind of come up. I will make you a card mat. I don't need a card mat, dog. I don't need a card mat. I'm happy with this sort of bath mat piggy wish.com sort of iteration here. Do a sick flourish. Hey, you know what it is. Revolution cut. Almost dropped the cards there. Do a sick flourish. What's going on right here? You know what it is. You know what it is right now. I got you for a card design, bro. I have some ideas already. I already pretty much know what I want in terms of my first deck. But it really depends, man. I have a couple things that I want to do for a second gen deck in terms of like markings. Now the first gen is just going to be something minimal. I already know what I want to do, but it's just, you know, putting it on something that's not paper. I already have it kind of drawn as to what I want, but yeah, boy. Oh, what else here? Do coin ring thing. Coin ring thing. Do you mean like doing ring thing with a coin and a ring? Because I don't have a coin anywhere near me. That's going to be kind of odd. Hey. Oh my fucking god. Somebody's telling me to look at an Instagram story here. And that's never a good thing because that's going to be something that is probably going to get me upset. Let's fucking see this. Let's see this shit. I want to end it all right now. Oh my fucking god. Of course she is. Of course she is. Of course she is doing that after fucking her brother. That's phenomenal. Are those Ramsey are those Ramsey cards? Of course she's doing that after fucking her brother. Yes, that's what I said. This particular person that we're talking about, there was a rumor, long-standing rumor, but... what? Somebody said something? Do I have a mustache? No, I don't have a mustache. I'm clean shaven. If I would have a face, I don't have a face though. Remember this Danny D'Artise bit where you palm a card and you throw it out of the box? Man, he's so good. I don't know if you guys have seen that from Danny D'Artise. I killed your own message. Yeah, you technically did. Oh boy. Or this color change by JM, right? That's a good one. It looks awful from this angle. Do I have long hair? I wish, dude. One of my biggest regrets is that I can't grow long hair. Like, it just doesn't work on my head. So I wish that I could grow long hair like a like an 80s arena rock band. Sorry, there wasn't metal to my, or I didn't like metal from the 80s. So arena rock. That's kind of what I want to have. The old Bon Jovi. How many can I do this with? How many can I do this? Let's see. This is a good loop. It's getting harder now. Ah, there, messed it up. Yeah, I think this is this my limit? No? Okay, still. Okay, there you go, still. Yeah, okay. That's workable. Okay. Five. Could you imagine a packet trick? Like, imagine if Sans Minds comes out with something that they're like, this is the greatest revolutionary thing in all of Magic. And you set up the stack in a way where they're like, all you have to do is just Elmsley count about 16 cards. This isn't 16 cards. This is like more. But yeah, just Elmsley count 16 cards, and that's the trick. So you're Elmsley counting 16 cards, and the cards keep changing, right? So it's like, now you have the 10s, now you have the Joker, now you have the 2 Jokers, now you have the... That would be so awful. But there you go. So my limit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 cards Elmsley count. So, I'll just leave this here. Fuck. There you go, my blank deck of Memento Moris. Do I wear glasses? No. No, I could see 2020. Did I ever had the trick tagged? Is that by Rich Ferguson? Or is that by Richard Sanders with a dog tag? Kind of a weird thing if you want to have to like, oh yeah, I just naturally have a dog tag around my neck. Let me just use it for this trick. Like, I never kind of got that sort of... I can't even do 12. You know, I feel you, man. I feel you. It's hard to get to 18. But however, broken into abandoned haunted buildings. Actually, no, but you know, sucks. I had a building about 2 blocks down that was pretty much decrepit for months, and I really could have used it as a backdrop for a video, but I chose not to. I've learned that I need to abide by Werner Herzog's rules of filmmaking, which let me read to you now. Werner Herzog's rules of filmmaking. The stupidest thing I've ever seen. Okay, so let me read to you guys. Werner Herzog. Rules of filmmaking. Werner. So I need to abide by these. Just because I feel like it's gonna amplify my creativity in terms of video making. So here we go. First rule. Always take the initiative. Second rule, there's nothing wrong with spending a night in jail if it means getting the shot you need. I keep learning that. Number 3, send out all your dogs and one might return with prey. Never wallow in your troubles. Despair must be kept brief and private. Oh. Learn to live with your mistakes. Expand your knowledge and understanding of music, literature, old and modern. That roll of unexposed celluloid you have in your hand might be the last in existence, so do something impressive with it. Carry bolt cutters everywhere. That one's a good bit. There's never an excuse not to finish a film. Thwart institutional cowardice. Ask for forgiveness, not permission. Take your fate into your own hands. Learn to read the essence of a landscape. Maneuver and mislead, but always deliver. Don't be fearful of rejection. Day one is a point of no return. A badge of honor is to fail film theory class. Chance is the lifeblood of cinema. Guerrilla tactics are the best. Take revenge if need be, and get used to the bear behind you. Those are Werner Herzog's rules of filmmaking. And I agree with some of those. I definitely agree with a lot of those, boy. So, Werner, always carry bolt cutters everywhere. Favorite self-working trick? Patreon. It's on Patreon. I'll tell you. It's the Royal Flush one. It's the Royal Flush one. Let me see. They actually do. Okay, hold up. It's this shit. Let me see if I could. Favorite self-working trick. Did I do it with spades? I did it with spades. I think the trick that I put it was called on. It was on Patreon. I call it flushed, right? If I'm not mistaken. But let's do it with the Royal Flush in spades just to kind of be sure. Yeah, that's definitely my favorite self-working trick. Just because it's one of these things that, man, it feels almost like it's real, right? So you guide them through the steps. I'm looking for the fucking 10. Where's the goddamn 10 of spades? All the colors are literally, they're the same color. Who thought of this design? God damn it. They're all the same fucking color. Have I crossed the 10 of spades like 1,000 times? I'm looking for the ace of spades. What a dumbass. What a bonehead. Piggy, you're such a bonehead. But that goes back to Bob Hummer, right? So that goes back to this Bob Hummer idea of weaving the cards, right? Or having the spades be that way, so it becomes a cycle. So you could literally mix it up in whatever way just cuts the deck. And pretty much you're giving them the false options of doing certain things under the table that really don't make any sort of difference to the overall stack. And you end up with the flush, the royal, I was going to say royal spades, the royal flush turned over. So you give the spectator, the option to turn over 2, 4, or 6 cards. But that one is my favorite self-working trick. What I like about it, though, is breaking down the actual individual steps. Because if you realize it, the original Bob Hummer trick was take 2 cards, turn them face up, and give the deck a cut. Take 2 cards, turn the deck face up, give the deck a cut. Turn 2 cards, turn the deck face up. Doing this, right? That's what the original thing was for. Joe Mama, goddamn, dude. Talking about a trick, dude. Magic's not all about tricks. Also, magic is not about tricks. Let's just get that in there. It's about effect. It's about the effect and moments. Okay, so let's talk more about this trick. So Bob Hummer, he has this great idea of this thing where the spectators could do this as many times as they want, right? And the problem with that is that what the fuck was I gonna? Oh, okay. The issue with that is, I think that's kind of it's too much of a process, right? It's too much of a process. So what I like is that in that particular method of doing a trick, the one that I talk about on Patreon, it kind of breaks it down. So instead of it just being 2 cards, you could give them the options. They could cut the deck at any point. And I found that this thing doesn't change, right? It doesn't change the actual proceeding of the effect. So let me see if I could even get it right here. I know that if you do this at the end, the spades should be all faced. Yeah. See that? So based on that principle, it's one of my favorite things. Just to show you guys the OG one. You have all the spades, right? Every other card. They could cut it as much as they want. And the original Bob Hummer trick calls for them to turn over 2 cards and cut the pack, right? Turn over 2 cards and cut the pack. Turn over 2 cards and cut the pack. And they do that as many times as they want. So they could turn over 2 cards, they cut the pack. And then after you deal the cards back and forth, you give them the option as to which packet they want to put on top of which packet. So let's say they want to put this one on top of this one. You make sure to turn it over. If they say this one, you make sure to turn that over, right? And what ends up happening is that obviously there's 5 cards that turn face down because of the procedure, and they're always going to be the ones that you set up every other one. So they're always going to be, in this case, the spades, the royal flush. So that's the original trick by Bob Hummer, and that's probably one of my favorite self-working tricks, just because of the actual impossibility. You know, the mathematics to figure that out is pretty much impossible in my head, or even by a layperson. So it's kind of nuts that you give them all these options, they cut the cards wherever it is they want, and they still are able to, you know, find a royal flush. So that's whoever asked me. Whoever asked me that, there you go. That's my answer. Oh, yeah. Say your name. Why would I say your name, dog? That's kind of a weird thing to do. That sounds like some DJ Khaled shit. I'm not about that. Oh, shit. Brian, there you go. That was answering your question. Favorite self-working trick. Am I actually Jabrizi? I think I'm blacker than Jabrizi. I feel like I'm blacker than Jabrizi. I might be. This is a second channel. Yeah, you caught me. That's actually, I mean, I don't have my hair like that always, like Jabrizi does, but you know, that's it. That's who I am. I can't run away from who I really am. So, favorite deck of cards? Right here, man. My favorite deck of cards. Look how nice they look when you fan it, right? You see the blue? Damn, son. Let's see if I could do it with the other. Look at that dopeness. That's like an Instagram picture right there, right? If I do one of these. That's like an Instagram picture, if I've ever seen one. Make sure to get the back one out of focus, so it's like this. Or if I do this, so you still kind of see it. That's like an Instagram picture. I feel like a dumbass. Use Copac 310s? Okay, look right here. What? From the front, that looks sick. If you go, hey, what? From the back, it doesn't look so sick. Hey, Spade, what's up, dog? Are you back in the NYC? Using my favorite playing cards here. Some people keep asking me, what are my favorite playing cards? And I keep showing them. They're these. But people don't tend to believe me. They tend to think I'm a liar. I'm not lying, man. I'm just, dude, they're so smooth. Look at how nice. You could do one of these hot memes. Are you pranking me right now? People don't think that I'm being honest. Do you hate videos of tricks, reveals of Fulas, or Hey GT? Yeah, I really can't join the stream because he's not in Discord. There you go, smart. Damn, man. Smarter than he looks. But I dislike the use of that. I dislike the use of somebody else's thing, and usually they never have the right explanation. You know, I remember seeing some guy. I think X, you had a comment on this a while ago, but I remember somebody doing this trick by Eric Jones, and I think it was Twisted, and some dude had like the wrong explanation for it. Doesn't matter, he still put it up, still put it up. I forgot who it was. I know it was one of them, but that tends to be the case. They'll have their own different thing. They'll say this is how they do it, and then they have a shitty explanation. They get views, and that kind of repeats this vicious cycle of shit magic. So, I'm trying to remember another one that I saw that was like ridiculous. I remember it was like a Rick Lax trick, and they got the explanation like all wrong. I'm like, come on, man. How do you even Jesus. You know, so is that an Omni deck? Yeah. It's dirty as hell though. Look at that. Look at how dirty that is. I try to clean it, but lame. So yeah, that was kind of that's kind of my thing. I don't know. I typically never enjoy those videos. I don't think there's anything valuable. If anything, it's kind of doing you a disservice, you know. But they're not meant for magicians. They're meant for lay people, I feel. They're definitely meant for people that might, by some chance, already be searching for whatever that person is, or already have something like AGT pop up on a trending feed, and they're like, oh, let me jump on this. So, I'm not a fan of that. Going to California today and going to try find a magic shop because where I lived, there are none. Yeah, you know, unfortunately here in this area, the only magic shop that I could tell you is it's not even a shop dedicated to magic. It used to be, right? It used to have a lot of magic stuff, but now last time I went was maybe a year and a half ago, and whereas they had like a whole shelf, not a shelf, but like a whole area, like an entire thing dedicated to magic tricks and stuff. Now it's probably a space bigger, no bigger than this. From here, like no bigger than this, just filled with like really bad things, like old. I want to say, I want to say old knockoffs of what was that old magic company that used to make a whole bunch of plastic shit in the 90s and 80s. I'm trying to remember what it is now. They made some good stuff, but I remember that pretty much most magic shops that I have, they just have these plasticky shits. Now it's just that. Not Tenyo. It's not Tenyo. I think it was an American-based company. I don't know why I keep thinking Titanic, but I might be wrong. Ickle Pickle. Let's see. I might be wrong. But it's like these weird, like they pretty much, they peaked in the 80s. I feel like this magic shop that's near my house, it peaked in the 80s, and then that's it. They're like, we're good. Because there's not a lot of people. D. Robbins? That sounds like a porn star. D. Robbins. Let me look that up. D. Robbins Magic. Oh my goodness. Did you nail it? You might have nailed it, I think. No, wait, okay. No. Similar to this, I think, but... Stormy Daniels. that's always a great magic trick. I think they already kind of took care of that. 60 minutes, right? They have the Easy Magic series and Ickle Pickle Productions Magic Crap. You know, I remember one of my favorite magic companies growing up. One of my favorite magic companies. Not out of like anything of quality, but just out of general hystericalness was... The dude's name was Rob Stiff, right? I don't think he was a magician, but he did come out with videos that, you know, he showed tricks on how to do them. I forgot what company that was now, but they had a whole bunch of stuff that I'm like, this is A1 steak sauce. I'm trying to remember what the name of the company was. I remember I got one of their, in a street magic package. One of the things that was bundled in was a How to Levitate DVD. The DVD was about 5 minutes long. It was thick, which means that they just literally burnt it themselves. Like they just got one of these CD DVD writers from like the early 2000s. They burned it themselves, and it was just this guy explaining that you walk, then you walk, and then you step up. It was that. That was the entire explanation. So the spectator is going to be here. You're going to walk 2 steps. You're going to walk another step here. And then you're going to step up 1 foot. I think I have the DVD here. Let me see if I remember. Oh, I remember Magic Makers. Magic Makers, Inc. I think that's the name of the company. Those were so much fun to look at. I know they had like 1 or 2 things that were aight, but then the rest were just not fun stuff from my memory. I remember that company being very... very notorious for having very cringy stuff. But I forgot, what was the original question here? Somebody said, and I just went off on tangent on magic stores. Hey, Spade, how do you know Chris Ramsey? That's the question here for you, man. Here we have, what else? Somebody asked some stuff here. I feel like I need to eat. I'm hungry. Kind of dying a little bit in the inside of my body. So, is that a real question? Somebody asked it. Unfortunately, it's in like the whatever server room that YouTube decides to allocate to videos and chats. It's there forevermore. You know it's good when you have to sigh in text form. That's when you know it's legitimate. Marking systems, bees, keepers, or 1800s. You know, funny enough, let me see. Let me first of all break everything in my house here. I think I have a deck here that is my favorite marking just so far that I've seen. One hot second. One hot second, boy. These are alright. So I could kind of show you now that you asked that. Because people tend to ask me all the time, and they're like, hey, Piggy, what's your favorite marked deck? Okay, found them. So these two, right? These two right here. This is one marked deck, and then this is another marked deck. This was the one that Penguin Magic manufactures. It's the one that's like, I think, like $5 when you buy a brick, right? And this one, I think, so far meets my favorite sort of deck, just because it's a marked deck. It's cheap, and the markings are pretty fucking obvious, right? You see it there? It's in 2 spots. So that's one that I've enjoyed, just because I like those obvious markings. This is a tourist deck that I bought from a Magic store in Las Vegas. I'm sure it's like a straight up shit. This thing was like $30. But it's the markings on this are ridic. Let me see. Yeah, the markings on this are ridiculous. It was... I remember getting this in Vegas. So I'm sure it's one of these like knockoff things. But let me see if I could show you where the markings are. You can kind of see the movies, right? You see them there? So they have not only the markings of the cards, they have the markings of the cards that are preceding, and the markings of the card themselves. So let me see here, the 8 of clubs, right? You see the 8 of clubs right there? That's one of the markings. Let me see if I can find the other ones if I remember correctly. Oh, the position right here. You see that? That's a 1. And that's a 2. And that's a 3, right? So they tell you the position of the cards. And then the other marking, if I am mistaken or if I think I'm right, is the card directly above it. Also if it's red. So in this case, if the card is red, you see that there's an R there, which is kind of dope. So that's one thing. I'm trying to see the other marking in terms of the card above it. I think it might be here, 2 of spades. Is that it? No, 7 of spades. Okay. There's another marking of it. So in here, you have the marking of the card, its position, and the card directly above it, which I like. And for $30, that was pretty good. But I don't know much about whoever made this deck. I know that it was from a Magic store in Las Vegas. Has a few marking systems. I need to check that out. People keep mentioning the butterfly deck, and I have no idea about it. So, have you tried the Taco Bell nacho fries? You know, I feel like I need to go to TB right now and grab a box for me. They have that like strawberry shit that I'm a fan of, so I might do that after the stream. But I definitely need to check out that butterfly deck. This one I like because, again, it's like a 2-second read. You got the queen, there you go, boom, that's it. The only thing I don't like, right, is you see the distance between the spade and the suit. You also see the dirty-ass fingernail. Hello? Talk about embarrassing. Gotta be manicured all up in this bitch. Alright, hold on, let me take this out here. Wouldn't it be great if I just cut my entire finger on stream here? Okay. So what I like is that, I mean, I like that it's overt. You kind of see Queen of Spades, right? It's very obvious where the markings are. Jack Clubs. There's no like need to decipher Hammurabi's code in order to find a card. right? 6 of clubs, and it's here too. The only thing I don't like is that there's a distance between them. I don't like that because I want to look at one spot, and here you kind of have to look at 2 spots. You know, I feel like they're close enough that it's not horrendous, but you still have to look kind of at 2 spots. So that's what I like about this one. In that, you just look at one spot. It's right there, 8 of clubs, right? 8 of clubs. So you just look at one spot. 2, 18. So this is what I like about this. You see that, right? So with one look, 6 of clubs, 25. So I know that it's the 25th card, and I know that I'm holding here 24 cards in one look. So literally by just looking at one spot, I know that this card is the 5 of clubs, and I know that I'm holding 21 cards here. So you see the strength of that. That's so unbelievably powerful. I should have bought another one, so I only bought this one, which is kind of unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure I found them on Amazon, so there you go. Whoever asked me about marked decks. And one thing that I do like about marked decks is one of my favorite peaks is not from here, it's from here, right? I like doing this sort of thing. There was a great routine that Richard Osselin came up with years and years ago called the radar deck. And I remember when I was younger, I was, you know, asking my mom if I could buy a bunch of cards so I could put together this radar deck. And it was pretty much just a deck that repeated banks of cards. But with it, you had the ability to go up to 4 spectators, right? And you would have them think of cards like this. So you would run through the deck like this. Sir, do me a favor, think of a card. You got one? Okay, great. Think of a card, think of a card, think of a card, like that to 4 different people. And you were able to kind of read it. It had like a whole system. It was great. But it was very complicated, right? Because you had to memorize a stack, which to me back then was a mission and a half. And then also you had to fish for the card. But that did give me an idea in terms of peaking, right? That did give me a lot of sort of, I love this position. There's a freedom of spreading the cards in this sort of way to the spectators that seems just more open to me. So what I like about certain marked cards is that you're able to do this sort of thing, right? And if the markings are in the corner, it's very easy to peek. Very, very easy to peek. And that's something you can't necessarily do from this position. But that's just a little bit of a bonus on with certain marked cards. This is a corner short. I think I have a corner short here. But, yeah. So, who else? What was that? Somebody else? Okay. So, yeah, I forgot. Somebody asked me that. Yeah, I'm going to cut this here, guys. It's been great. I'm dying. Do all the things that people do, right? People do things. They go in the comments. I mean, they comment stuff. They go to the description. They look at stuff, and if you don't, it's fine. I'm not gonna find you. I'm not gonna hurt you or anything. But I would just do it if I were you, right? You don't want any trouble to you or your family. So I'm gonna go figure out different ways to use a table saw to saw a lady in quarters. I think that's more violent.